So you open your mailbox or checked your bank account, and suddenly there's an extra $2,290 staring back at you. Does that feel like a win? Or does it mean you've been giving Uncle Sam an interest-free loan all year? Right now, tax refunds are up nearly 11% compared to last year. And while that sounds like cause for celebration, the real story is way more complicated than a fatter check and a victory lap. The IRS just dropped data showing the average refund through early February is $2,290 compared to $2,065 at the same point in 2025. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent even floated a 22% jump, though nobody's quite sure what time frame he's talking about. Classic government communication, right? But here's the kicker. The IRS itself warns this early spike is basically a mirage, because they haven't started issuing refunds tied to the earned income tax credit or the additional child tax credit yet, and those don't kick in until late February. So why the surge? President Trump's 2025 tax package, the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, added a bunch of new breaks and deductions, but the IRS didn't bother adjusting withholding tables to match. That means millions of workers kept having the same amount yanked from their paychecks all year, even though they qualified for bigger credits and lower liabilities when they actually filed. So now they're getting that overpayment back in one lump sum. Think of it like this. You've been tipping your bartender an extra $5 every week without realizing it. And at the end of the year, they hand you back $260 and say, hey, you overpaid. It feels good in the moment, but you could have been investing, saving, or spending that money throughout the year instead of letting the government hold it hostage at 0% interest. Now, early in every filing season, refunds tend to look rosier than they actually are. The IRS processes simpler returns first, W-2 wage earners with straightforward situations, and those folks often get refunds because their employers withheld conservatively. Once the agency starts chewing through returns with kids, multiple jobs, side hustles, and complex credits, the average refund usually dips back down closer to historical norms by mid-April. We've seen this movie before. Every February, headlines scream about record refunds, politicians take credit, and by tax day, the story's gone quiet. Last year, refunds spiked in mid-February and then fell off a cliff as more complicated returns flooded in. The pattern is so predictable you could set your watch by it, yet every year we act surprised when the number shifts. But let's zoom out for a second. A bigger refund isn't necessarily good news. It means you structured your withholding poorly, essentially giving the government a free loan while you could have been earning interest, paying down debt, or building an emergency fund. Financial planners will tell you the goal is to owe a little or get back a little, not to treat April 15th like a surprise payday. Still, for a lot of people, that refund is the biggest single check they see all year, and it's psychologically powerful. Behavioral economists call it forced savings. You can't spend what you never see in your paycheck, so when it arrives in one chunk, it feels like found money. That's why millions of Americans deliberately over-withhold, even though it's objectively suboptimal. They don't trust themselves to save month by month. Here's where it gets messy. The new tax breaks disproportionately benefit certain groups: parents, homeowners, people with investment income, while leaving others basically untouched. If you're a single renter with no kids and a straightforward W-2, you might not see much change at all, or you might even owe more if you didn't adjust your withholding after the law passed. The average refund is masking wild variation under the hood. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Tax policy is always a shell game. Politicians love to tout tax cuts and refunds because they're tangible and popular, but they rarely talk about what gets funded on the back end or doesn't. Every dollar you get back is a dollar the government didn't collect up front, which either means more borrowing, higher future taxes, or cuts to programs someone depends on. So what do you actually do with this information? First, if you got a huge refund this year, don't just blow it on a vacation and call it a day. Adjust your W-4 withholding so you keep more in your paycheck going forward. Second, if you're expecting a refund tied to the EITC or child tax credit, don't panic if it doesn't show up until late February. That's normal, and the IRS is required to hold those until they can verify eligibility. History teaches us that refund season is part hype, part reality, and part accounting artifact. The The system isn't designed to optimize your personal cash flow. It's designed to collect revenue as efficiently as possible while minimizing political backlash. Understanding that dynamic is half the battle. The other half is building a plan that works regardless of how much you get back or owe. At the end of the day, a tax refund is just a reconciliation. It's not a bonus, it's not a gift, and it's not a windfall. It's your own money coming back to you because you overpaid throughout the year, and the smarter play is to minimize that overpayment so you control your cash flow in real time. Discipline, planning, and understanding the system matter infinitely more than celebrating a fat check every April. If you're looking to put that refund to work in real estate investing, need help with home contracting projects, or want to connect with lenders who can turn that cash into leverage, check out our links in the description below.